Hello, my name is Paul Morris, and I'm a candidate for the Assistant Chief of Suppression for Greenville City Fire Department. We'll go ahead and jump in the first question. Describe your work experience and responsibilities that relate to this position. How do you believe that your experience has prepared you for this position with Greenville City Fire Department? Well, I've been a firefighter for 20 years, and I've gained extensive hands-on experience with emergency response and community safety, both pillars for Greenville City Fire Department's mission. Over the past 10 years, I've been entrusted with being Assistant Chief of Operations, Prevention, Training, along with the Deputy Fire Chief roles through 5 different fire departments. So this is where I was responsible for commanding emergency response, managing fire inspections, and authoring policies and procedures. So during this time, I also trained extensively in hazardous materials response, technical rescue, and public safety education. My responsibilities weren't just technical, but it's also being a leader. Managing a shift, managing firefighters and personnel is key for building teamwork and engaging with the community. So I've also participated in multiple joint responses with law enforcement and EMS, has enhanced my ability to communicate effectively through multiple jurisdictions. This experience has deeply prepared me for this role in the Fire Assistant Chief for Suppression by leading a shift, leading the men and women of Greenville City Fire Department. And I definitely would like to bring my knowledge and expertise in my respect to your guys' team. So, number 2, tell us about your experiences being a mentor in your current position. What have you done to prepare the next generation of leaders under your supervision? As both an airman and a firefighter, mentoring has been the most rewarding responsibilities that I've had to take on. So I've had the opportunity to guide hundreds of firefighters, rookies, new recruits, and also seasoned firefighters that move from department to department. So I led them through their rookie books, their upgrade training, from becoming firefighter to engineer to a lieutenant to captain, battalion chief. So I make it a point to provide effective and correct hands-on training. You can't allow people to, lower the bar, because that's going to affect how they train others as well. So it's very important for me to reinforce department protocols and helping them build confidence the correct way. Therefore, they know what to do under pressure. So, and I make it a point to lead by example, demonstrating professionalism, clear communication, and composure during calls. So, beyond day-to-day coaching, I've been intentional about developing leadership skills for the rookie firefighters, the veteran firefighters, captains, and battalion chiefs. So I encourage them to take initiative with teaching classes, step out of their comfort boxes, and provide good feedback for them. So, and also I expect them to be able to come to me and for me to give honest, candid feedback and give my successes and mistakes that I've done, that I have learned from. So hopefully they don't do the same ones. So when I was a young captain, I definitely told my crew, basically, know your job, know the job below you, know the job above you. Therefore, they kind of know, like, when we're on an emergency response, that they have that full dynamic thinking. They're like, okay, I know what the next step is going to be. And it's also helped a lot with being quicker and more fluent for responses. So tell us about your experiences. Number 3, sorry. Tell us about your experiences in maintaining and developing professional relationships with both internal and external stakeholders. Also, tell us about your experiences in working with these stakeholders during emergent and non-emergent events. What have you found to be successful in this process? All right, going to the first part is basically building and maintaining effective professional relationship with both internal and external stakeholders have been a core part of my role. Internally, I focus on open communication and mutual respect with fellow firefighters, command staff, support personnel, and administration. I make it a priority to understand different roles within the positions and within the department and foster an environment for collaboration. There's stuff that I can learn from you and you can learn from me. So we got to figure out can we help each other, whether it means mentoring new team members, resolving interpersonal challenges, or coordinating across shifts during high tempo operations. This is one of the main reasons why I chose to get my degree in leadership. So externally, I've worked closely with law enforcement, EMS, military officers, Secret Service, and community organizations during emergent situations. So clear communication, trust are key. Also, getting to know them as well. So you don't want to just meet the person for the first time on an emergency. So you want to be able to build those relationships by going out and seeing their organization, meeting them, talking to them. So put a name to a face to a name is very key and important. So I've participated in unifying command during aircraft crashes, shipboard fires, major shipboard fires, and mass casualties. So where quick coordination with other agencies is vital to ensure that the scene is safe and there's an effective response. In those moments, having a pre-established communication and who they are helps a lot with communication. So, and a huge difference. So, for non-emergent situations, I've contributed to joint training exercises, community safety events, and planning meetings with other departments. So these build not operational cohesion, but also public trust. So this was key when I authored an incident action plan for Spike's TV's Rock the Troops. This was a special located in Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam, which held 45,000 attendees. So basically what's worked best with me is being proactive, checking in regularly, showing up prepared, and making sure everyone feels heard. And that I am educated on the topic that we're discussing for that meeting. So the main thing is public safety. We're paid to provide a public service to our community, and we must do that. All right, moving on to number 4. How do you ensure those under your command are accountable for their performance and responsibilities? What methods have proven successful in improving performance of the employees you supervise? How do you hold yourself accountable? Okay, accountability basically begins with clear expectations. From day one, you gotta set that tone, and you gotta let everybody know what their role is, and to make sure they understand that and the responsibilities that they have. They have responsibilities to the job as I have responsibilities to the job. So, and my goal is to ensure that every firefighter comes home or goes home. So I use constant feedback and communication. So there's informal feedback and formal feedback. Formal feedback, we do it twice a year, the midterm and then the final, which that final one sets the tone for the next year, the following year. But feedback is not just formal. There's informal. Informal feedback happens every day or every shift. So basically the main part is to improve performance, focused on development for the individual, and making sure that they are able to meet their personal and professional goals as well as the department's goals. You try to to make sure that those firefighters take initiative with leading small tasks. You help build them by giving them a small task, and if they fail it, people make mistakes. Was it um, illegal, immoral, unethical? No, if it's not one of those ways, like there's no need to chastise them in front of their whole crew. So take them to the side, make it a learning experience, and the whole goal is to prevent making the same mistakes. So I've used mentoring, peer evaluations, and individualized development plans to help personnel reach those goals. When I needed to implement corrective action, you got to do it with transparency and fairness. If I have to discipline somebody, it's not going to be, like I said from before, in front of everybody, and not everybody needs to know what discipline action happens. Remember, it's always focused on the growth and preventing the same mistakes rather than a punishment. So the main thing is we got to make sure that we're holding our people accountable, and we're doing it fairly. So. Number 5, what do you believe are the biggest challenges facing the fire service today, and why? What do you think can be done to meet these challenges? How do you see yourself playing a role in this process of our organization? I think one of the biggest challenges, there's two that's kind of on my mind. One of the biggest challenges was, the evolving complexity of call volume. So, firefighters, we fight fires, right? But now we have most of the calls are EMS. We get a lot of technical rescues, hazardous material responses. So I think focusing on training on that and be able to be ready for any of those and all those instances that we may be called upon. So with all those different types of calls, I think moving into the mental health crisis, we have to ensure that we are protecting our firefighters that go through all that. We're used to, compartmentalizing things and just putting it in the box and just stowing it away. But we have to make our firefighters, feel safe, that they can go and talk to these about their problems, about their responses, and without feeling judgment. So I think PTSD is a huge one, mental health and firefighter cancer. We have to be able to tackle those problems with head on. So here at South Carolina, Joint Base Charleston, we partner with the Low Country Firefighter Support Group to help with, the firefighters that go on a response, so that they can go out and talk to them. And so we bring actually the mental health team through the base as well. We're constantly trying to figure out ways how we can, improve mental health for our guys. Also, I think physical and cardiovascular incidents are troublesome as well. So we don't want to, being a firefighter is an image. So we have sometimes that the bigger firefighters that pack on the extra weight. I think we should focus a lot more on physical and making sure it's a team thing and not everybody's left behind in that. So the main thing is making sure their health, mind, body, and spirit is healthy to perform the task. So in your department, I do see myself being able to step into that leadership role, being a mentor to the personnel and advocating for the resources. And basically, I want to be a part of the team that responds effectively, but also sets the standard. So, number 6, and the final question is, how do you ensure successful and effective communication and coordination between the different divisions with the fire department? Communication that's the bane of all departments, right? So I think establishing clear lines of communication, shared goals, and ensuring that we show each other mutual respect. And I think we've done that at every fire department that I've been lucky to be assigned to. So you get with that through staff meetings, right? I think building the rapport and helping each other is the main thing. Also, I think a lot of times people hold like information as like close to their heart when it needs to be most of the time transparent. So we need to work on building each other up, and I think that the mutual respect is a huge thing for that. So, and then I believe how most things are is people have good intent. So if they come up with something and you don't disagree and you disagree with it, or it comes off the wrong way, you might take a second and say, "Hey, they probably coming from good intent. So let's re-engage with this." So I think that's the main thing is communication. So we have to get to know each other and build those bridges, find some common ground, and be able to effectively communicate. So, and I see myself as that. I see myself as a bridge builder, and I like to get to know people and be able to understand them. If you can understand them on an intellectual level, then in a personal level, then it's going to be a whole lot easier to be able to communicate with them. So once again, my name is Paul Morris, and I greatly appreciate your guys' time, and thank you for this opportunity. Have a great day.